Grab a pen, you're gonna need it. Hello and welcome to Sober Living Snippets, kids. It's Becca Jacobson here, and we are getting sober together so that we can live alcohol-free, so we can heal our relationships, so we can feel youthful again, and ditch regret and shame. What a waste of time that is. Regret and shame, that is, not ditching it. Hello, and welcome. This is an amazing day. I hope you have a pen because I'm going to give you today a strategy that I call the 24-hour cleanse. No, it's not a body cleanse, so don't worry, although those are important too. I'm going to give you a strategy, a technique that you can use to clear out some space in your mind, clear out some space in your heart, clear out some space in your psyche, in your life, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it, and free up some energy that you can use to just feel good, to get on with your life in the here and now. What am I talking about? Well, let's talk about what is holding us back. What are we clearing out? What do we need to cleanse? All of those things, all of those little things that you have nagging you, all of them. There's somebody you're supposed to have called a while ago. There's something in your house that you've been meaning to clean up or do or otherwise look after. Maybe you need to make a dentist appointment. Maybe you were supposed to talk to somebody. Maybe you were going to clean out your car last week. Whatever it is, we all have several things, and we let these little things pile up. They pile up. Oh, I'm going to get to this, or I'm going to get to that. All of these things together create clutter in our energetic field, clutter in our minds, clutter in our hearts, clutter in our lives. And this challenge that I'm giving you today is truly a challenge. Here's what we do. The first step to this is sit down and write down everything in your life that's cluttering you up. All of those things imagine what it would feel like if you just got it done. If it was just done, gone, no longer there. You no longer have to put any of your energy towards thinking about it. It's just gone. And imagine if all of them were gone. I want you to sit down and write them all down. Everything, every single one of them, write them down. Once you have that list, I want you to pull out your calendar and choose a day where you are free. This is a one-day project. Choose a day, maybe it's a Sunday, whatever day it is, and it's got to be within the next week. We don't put this off. And you clear the calendar on that day, and that day is solely 100% devoted to taking care of that list. You make sure there's nothing else on that day that you have to do. You get up that morning, you roll up your sleeves, you pull out that list, and you do every single thing on it. Every single thing. Now, I'm talking every single thing. This is going to be a big day for most of us. Now, let's say you've been putting off going to the dentist or the doctor or something. Obviously, you probably can't do that on that day, but you can make the appointment. You can take the first step. So anything on the list that literally cannot be done that day has to be begun. We have to take the first step towards it. Plan it, make an appointment, whatever it is, but it has to be begun so that you are obligated to finish it. Everything else we will do. If it's a big project and you're like, oh, that's going to take hours, then get to it. Get up early that day, make sure you're feeling good, and commit. Commit to yourself that I am just literally going to get all of this crap done in one day. And I want you to just imagine for a moment, how it's going to feel at the end of that day. Imagine how you're going to feel having every single thing on that list done. Right? So there you are. The next day you wake up and all of those things are gone from your psyche. You don't have to think about them. They're gone. In fact, you know what? This is going to free you up to start building a new list of clutter, right? What would life be if we didn't have things nagging at our psyche? Okay, well, if you like it, then you can start building a new one. But quite seriously, we all have stuff that's just hanging over our heads for no particular reason. We're procrastinating, we're putting it off, we don't want to do it, whatever the reason is. I want you to commit to doing it in one day. And this is going to do more than one thing. It's not only going to free you up and make you feel great because you got everything done, but it's going to show you that you can get things done. When we say we're going to do something and then we do it, we start forming a new habit. By putting things off, by procrastinating, we build a habit of procrastination. And this piles up and it weighs us down. Like I say, shoulders back, kids. If our shoulders aren't back, whether it's metaphorically or literally, it's because we have things hanging over us. When we clear up these things, we free our hearts, we free our minds, and we build self-confidence. We realize, I can do this. And the day after, you're going to feel so energized that you're going to be less likely to procrastinate in the future. Because you're going to think, well, I don't want that to pile up. I'll just get that done now. If you do end up a few months from now going, oh no, I think I have another list, then do it again. Do it again. But the best thing to do is try not to let things pile up in the first place, of course. But we're human nature. This is what we do. If we didn't all do it, I wouldn't even make a snippet out of it because we'd all do this. I have right now my own list. So before turning on the microphone today, I decided, I've done this before, by the way, but it has been, let's see, the last time I did this, it's been over a year. So I'm definitely overdue. So before turning on the microphone, I made my own list and I've set my date. And my date is actually 6 days from today. That was the first day I could find to clear the calendar and do nothing but clear my list. So I'm with you on this, kids. We're in this together. And my list surprised me. There are things on there that I need to get done. And I don't know if it surprised me so much as I kind of looked at it and wondered, why have I been putting this off? And I mean, usually we know why. It's not necessarily our favorite thing to do. The amazing thing about making the list itself, even just making the list, is that once you have it, instead of looking at that list and feeling overwhelmed and going, oh my God, how am I going to do all this? No. I want you to look at that list and then close your eyes and imagine how it's going to feel to have it all done. Forget about the fact that you're going to do it. So what? It's one day out of your life. So what? Who cares if you don't want to do it? That's what life is. It's overcoming challenges. It's grown-up time, right? We do things we don't want to do. That's part of emotional sobriety, emotional maturity, right? I know you know that. So instead of looking at the list and feeling overwhelmed, look at the list and imagine the day after. And it's really, really important that you commit to getting it all done in one day. And you can do that. You really can, because there will be things on the list that you only need to begin. Let's say on the list for you is cleaning out the garage. And you have a big garage and it is jammed full of stuff. Okay, you probably can't do that in one day, but you can begin. You can commit, let's say, 2 hours on that day to get it started, so that the next day you've got the boxes, you've already begun, and it's easy for you to keep going. Half the problem here with procrastination is just beginning. Beginning a project is half the battle. Once we've begun, we start getting motion behind us, we start getting enthusiastic, we start getting excited about the outcome. So begin the big things, but everything on that list must be either begun or done, preferably done. Some of these things don't even take that long, and we just put it off and put it off. So now's the time. There it is, kids, your 24-hour psyche cleanse. And I really look forward to hearing from you in the community how this goes for you. I'll be reporting on mine. I'm going to go in and share with you my date, and the people in the community, I will share the date, and then I'm going to report on how it went for me. And I want to be hearing from you on this. Yes, we now have a community, the Sober Living community. People are joining every day. And if you're not in there yet, what on earth are you waiting for? So come on in, say hello, make a request for a topic of a snippet you'd like to hear about, share your 24-hour cleanse, let us know how it goes, get involved, because very soon, starting near the end of October, I just haven't set the date yet, I'm going to be doing my first live class. We're going to do a live webinar, and this is going to be taking one of the popular snippets, one of the more popular ones. Frankly, they're all popular, but I'll choose one of the more popular ones. And we're going to do a 1-hour webinar on the snippet where we can actually work through the process together, where I can actually teach the topic, get questions, and you can actually take action on the snippet together with others in the class. So we're going to start doing live events regularly starting near the end of October. So get into the community now so you don't miss out. And that brings me finally to the daily do, and I have some big announcements about the do. First of all, if you don't know what the daily do is, it's very simple. Each day I give you a little tiny task to do. And when you get 30 do's in a row, you let me know and I'll put your name in a draw. And that brings me to the most exciting part of today's snippet. I have a winner for September. In September, 8 people got a hold of me and told me they had done 30 snippets in a row. 8 people. Isn't that amazing? That means that 30 days in a row, they not only grabbed the snippet, but they did the do. Now, these do's take like 1 minute, 2 minutes maybe. They're just simple little things they do that we can do. And I put their names in a draw, and unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, the winner of the September coaching session with me is named Elmer. Elmer, which means it was a person who asked to remain anonymous, because all of my anonymous listeners I call Elmer in honor of my amazing husband, Dennis, whose middle name is Elmer. Poor Dennis, I don't think he knows that I'm even doing this yet, but that's okay. This is a man who stuck with me through thick and thin, through all my alcoholic insanity, and I honor him by giving his middle name, Elmer, to all anonymous listeners. Anyway, one of the Elmers won the draw and is having a free coaching session with me. That means I get to hear their story. I'm going to give them some strategy on their own personal journey to sobriety. I get to meet them, and I'm absolutely thrilled about it. So if you're doing the daily do's, keep going, kids. And once you've got 30, just let me know. And if you're in the community, of course, there is a chat in the community on the daily do's. You can share your progress. You can also download the daily do tracker in the community and many other things. I've got free courses in there, a master class, and of course, you'll be the first to know about live events. Okay, today's do. We haven't done today's do yet. Today's do is not doing the 24-hour cleanse. That is optional. That is for you to choose, although I highly recommend that you do it. It is truly transformational. But anyway, your do, today's do, I want you to share the snippets with one person. I would like you to share the snippets with one person. Find somebody in your life will benefit from hearing these snippets. I hear amazing, amazing responses from you. By the way, thank you so much for letting me know how you feel about the snippets. I know that I'm getting your love back, and I have so much love in my heart for you. Honestly, let me just do a little side trip here, because that's what happens here at the Snippets. You know, when I first sobered up, I don't know. I thought love was kind of hogwash. You know, I had been through so much crap in my life. I was very cynical, and love was I was just hard and crusty. I don't know. And what I've learned in these last 6 years is that we are all humans. We all have the same goals. We all just want to be happy and safe and loved. That's it. And when I learned that and I start opening my heart to other people, I don't have to know you to love you. You're a human walking this earth, and that means I can open my heart and send you love. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I can feel your love coming back towards me. And I thank you for sending it back, even if you don't send it to me by writing me an email or giving me a review. I just know you're sending it back, even without you ever saying anything, although I sure do like to hear from you. Anyway, the do, I haven't forgotten, is share the snippets with somebody. Share the show, because I know there's somebody out there who will benefit, because I know that what I'm doing here is benefiting people. If I didn't know that, I would stop doing the snippets, and that is not going to happen. Okay, That's your do. That's your snippet. Wow, that's a lot. That's a big snippet. There it is, sending you love. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.